We don't usually make videos like this, but we felt it was important for us to share our experience with you after this stay in this Florida RV park. So stick around.
Welcome back to the Wild Blue Wanderers channel. I'm Scott.
And I'm Ashley.
And we are at the beautiful Peace River, and we're staying at the Thousand Trails here.
Yep.
But we're gonna save that for a future video.
Yeah, that's not what we're gonna talk to you about today.
So we wanna talk to you about our stay a few weeks back at the Lone Pine
RV Park in Ruskin, Florida.
Yeah.
So this RV park is about 30 minutes south of where the Florida RV Super Show was. So that's the big RV show that we had planned on spending some time at and wanted to stay someplace nearby.
Yeah. We talked about staying at the actual fairgrounds itself, but after watching some videos of people getting there last year, it seemed like it was really
chaotic.
Yes, chaotic, congested. One of the negatives was that you couldn't check in until late Tuesday afternoon, and Tuesday is what they call the
Industry
Day. And you know, we wanted to be able to have all day on Industry Day to do filming and stuff, because that's before the public's allowed to get in there. So we kind of hated to have to, you know, try to find a place to park the rig for part of the day and then check in. And so we just figured we'd find something close by and convenient, maybe not super close, but close by and convenient.
Right. We really looked to see, you know, I looked at first of all, what's available, because Florida in the winter time in January, things can fill up pretty quickly. And it can also be quite expensive. So some of the resorts that were nearby were well over $100 a night.
Yeah.
And we were going to be there for over a week.
Right.
And so we wanted to find some place that wouldn't break the budget.
Yeah. And this is really not normal for Ashley, but we were planning way in advance on this one to try to figure out where to go. Actually, had we postponed, we found there would have been some other places this time.
Yes.
Postponing might have actually worked out nicer.
Yes. But we didn't.
Regardless, we found what we thought was going to be kind of the perfect location for what we needed.
Yeah. So some of the reasons that we booked the Lone Pine RV Park is I had looked online, and there was it looked to be a family-owned RV park that had mostly full-time residents. But there was a caveat that I saw. They had planned a brand new section that was going to be open October of 2025. Now keep in mind, I was looking probably in maybe June.
Yeah, June, July-ish, I'm guessing,
somewhere
is when we were starting to plan this.
So I figured they had plenty of time, and October, between October when it was scheduled to be done and January, I figured there'd be some good time, you know, because you never know if construction's going to be done on time or not, right?
Absolutely.
So when I booked, there were only about 5 other sites in that area that had been blocked out that had obviously already been booked. So I chose the site based on, this is at the end of a cul-de-sac, and so there'd be less traffic going by. It looked like, from the aerial view that I could see, there was a place behind to walk the dogs. And some of the things that were really focused on in the advertisement for this park was that, number one, it was an adults only park. It was age 45 plus park. And us not having kids, that was a really big draw.
Right, yeah.
And
we're not against families or against kids being in places, but it was kind of a bonus to us because we knew that we wanted to be in a quiet area.
Yeah.
Our dogs are a little reactive when kids are running and stuff. So.
We're working on that. But
yes.
For right now, we'd like to reduce the opportunity for them to react.
Yep.
And another reason that we booked that place was so we have price, we have quiet, over 45, and location. It was just a half hour or so south of the fairgrounds, or so we thought. But yeah, It was a little further than that sometimes, it felt anyway.
Yeah, you never can count for traffic in Florida, so.
But we figured with the new section, and they even advertised a bathhouse and a dog park. So we were like, sold.
Yep. Ashley even got on social media and posted it on social media to let other people know that it was going to be available.
Yeah, we have a content creator group, and I posted it on there like, hey, if anybody needs a place to stay. And I did at least put in there that, hey, I haven't been here before, so I can't speak to that. But they have availability and the price is right.
What even is this place? Thought it was just another RV park, but it's a hidden gem. Annual, monthly, weekly, and daily sites with on-site propane, no more last-minute runs. Nestled in sunny Ruskin, Florida, near Tampa and Sarasota, it's like living in a postcard. Beaches, golf, and a brand new 11-acre expansion with all new pads. Bath facilities, Wi-Fi, community vibes. It's the Florida dream minus the chaos. Pack up and roll in. Why pay an arm and a leg when you can find the best deal around near all your favorite Florida Gulf Coast spots?
So fast forward to maybe a couple weeks before we were supposed to check in, I attempted to contact them because we were getting a medication ordered and wanted to find out kind of delivery instructions and so on and so forth. We kept playing phone tag, and so it was a little bit difficult to get in touch with I think it was the owner.
Right.
But we eventually heard back from him via text message, and he said that even though I had paid for a site lock, you can actually pay an extra $25 to reserve a specific site, that he had to move us. And I was like, oh, I specifically reserved that site. Can you help me understand why? And he said, oh, well, we put in the pavement, but then that messed up the electric and sewer issues. So don't worry, we're going to put you in a great site. So we got you covered, no big deal.
Right.
And, we understand.
Oh yeah, things happen. We don't want to go to a site that doesn't have water or sewer or electric or something when we're paying for it. So yeah, we totally understand that.
Understood.
So,
no problem. And he said, well, I couldn't put you in this site 11 or something like that, or I can put you in 57 or whatever site we were in, but it was in the same cul-de-sac. And I was like, well, we'd prefer the cul-de-sac.
Right.
So no big deal. He gave me instructions. They do allow deliveries there. So that was fine. So that was a couple weeks before.
Yeah, and I think didn't he say something about they would deliver it to the site sometimes or to the office and they'd let us know or something like that.
Yeah, so.
But we did need to put the site number on the package.
Needed to put the site number.
Good that we got that.
And so, that was fine. No red flags or anything. And so we went on our merry way. And when we were getting ready to arrive, I usually look at the GPS and find out kind of where the office is and where check-in is and all that. Well, because the new section had not even shown up on the aerial views that I was looking at, there was no clear instructions as far as, how to get there. Right. So I just figured, wrongfully so,
we'll figure it out when we get there. We'll follow the signs. It'll be no big deal. Follow the signs.
Most places you get to, it says office that way.
Right. So as we're approaching, the GPS is telling us to turn right into the driveway, and we see. I think there was actually a sign that had the name of the park on it or something. So it's like, okay, well, it must be this one, and unfortunately, it wasn't the correct entrance. It took us into the old section of the park. And
keep in mind, we have the big 40-foot Super C, and we're flat towing the pickup, so there's no backing up.
Right.
And so we go, and he has to make that decision to make that turn into the park, and as soon as he does, we're like, oh boy, this is not right.
So yeah, we started to try to figure out, okay, well, where's the office? Where's the map? So we were looking on the phone to try to figure out the map of the sites because we had seen one once, but we couldn't find it on the actual website anywhere, and trying to figure out where the signs were to show the office. And in the meantime, things might got a little heated as we were trying to find the right spot.
I'm trying to get on my phone and basically pretending to book another site so I can at least pull up the camp spot map. And meanwhile, we're going through, and the first thing you see when you enter is all of the RVs and mobile homes that are just packed in there like sardines.
Right.
And the aisle, the driving aisle,
Yeah,
otherwise known as a driveway.
Yeah, two cars couldn't pass side by
No,
side. It was
no,
a
it was
one way, one lane road. So.
unmarked one way. So good thing we didn't meet up with anybody else coming out.
Yep.
And we
Needless to say, we made our way through the narrow little area, back out to the main road, and got around and through a tight little corner back into what looked to be the new section. Yet we still couldn't find an office or any signs. So we found a wide enough spot that we could get the pickup disconnected.
Yeah.
And Ashley went on a excursion to figure out where our spot was.
Yeah, and you know, maybe I missed an email or something, but the only thing I saw was a text message from him telling me where our new site was, or the new site was.
Right.
So I went and found it, and it was 3 doors down from the site I had originally booked. Now, mind you, in this park, in the new section of the park, there were only 3 sites that were paved. And the site that we had booked was actually one of them.
Right.
But there was a park model in it.
Right.
So we just kind of figured maybe they were just storing it, maybe, you know, who knows why. And one of the other sites, paved sites, was completely empty. So we're like, maybe they just poured the concrete and that's why we couldn't use that one. So instead we backed in to the site with it was the crushed shell as a base.
Well, and even before that, we had to turn around in the cul-de-sac to get pointed the right way to drive out. And these cul-de-sacs were so narrow that even with the super tight turning radius that our motorhome has, I had to back up and take a second shot at it to get turned around in that little cul-de-sac. And we actually watched not a very long fifth wheel with a short bed pickup actually have to kind of jackknife and get people to move their rigs to get turned around in the little tight cul-de-sac also. So
yeah, it was probably not the best designed cul-de-sac, but the roads in the new section were not.
the roads were nice.
They were nice.
They did have sidewalks, and so that was nice.
Yeah. But we got in our site, and the crushed shell, I don't know if it was like the cheapest crushed shell you can get, but it was like the finest sand ever, with some full shells in it, by the way.
Right.
So that really made it great when you're walking out in your flip-flops. You're like, ow. But that sand just got everywhere.
Yep. Yep.
But again, we understand that things happen, and there's a reason that, you know, it wasn't finished, and you know, we'll just go with the flow. We wished somebody would have told us.
Right. Yeah.
When we had the opportunity to talk earlier, we probably would have picked the same, you've been okay with it. It's just the little communication would have been nice.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It was nice. We ended up running into some other content creators that we had met online. So we were able to spend that evening and met some really cool friends there.
Yeah, that was cool. We even went out to a local restaurant, and so we were still optimistic about being there.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
know? And that was really fun to get to know some of our new friends. So that was fun.
But I think it was the next day when things started really kind of clicking.
Yeah.
That this isn't maybe isn't exactly as advertised.
As what it was represented.
Yes.
So I mentioned that there was a park model at the end of the cul-de-sac, and then actually there was 2 park models and 1 empty spot.
Right.
Well, those spots filled up quick. People came in the next day and moved right in.
Yeah, when we first showed up, there was nobody there, so we just thought maybe they were sitting there for storage because the water and the septic or electric or whatever he told us wasn't working on those sites.
Yeah.
So we just assumed that's why they were just sitting there as
Putting
storage.
it there to store them.
To store them. But yeah, the next day, all of a sudden, there's a bigger park model, like a 2-story park model comes in. Another travel trailer came in and took over the spots, and we're like, oh well, maybe it's, you know, maybe they're just getting stored or something for the show. You know, we were unaware.
And then the people came.
We had a spot that was empty next to us, and a pickup and utility trailer pulled into the spot on one side of us. On the other side of us were all these 3 new RVs that just pulled in the spots that we were supposed to be on, the nice paved sides, and all sorts of people showed up.
And they just parked willy-nilly all over the end of the cul-de-sac right in front of our rig. Not that we were going anywhere, but still, it's just, it ain't cool.
Right. So I guess the water and electric actually did work because they were hooked up to the water and electric. So why we got moved down the 2 sites, you know, it would have been nice to have been told the truth on that, I guess. I mean, I get it. If something needs to happen and you need to move somebody for some reason, you know, be honest with us, say, hey, we got this big group coming in, we'd like to move you. That would be one thing. But to just tell you, oh, well, the power and electric doesn't work, so we're moving you, makes you a little skeptical.
Right. At first, when I did talk to him eventually, when I did talk to the owner, he actually, I forgot about this, he actually told me, oh, well, I wanted to move you so you're closer to your group. And I was like, we're not in a group. We booked ourselves. I mean, I told other people about it, but no, it's just us. We're here. We don't need to stay with a group.
Yeah, we're not part of any group. So yeah, I don't know what that was.
So I don't know. That
maybe he thought we were with these other people in the group. I really don't know.
It was just
what
weird.
That was.
It was weird. So anyways, I digress.
Right. So what did the advertisement was talking about? The quiet, serene kind of area.
It's the Florida dream minus the chaos.
Feels like a vacation every day.
Life here, easy breezy. Park, relax, explore. Gulf Coast vibes and endless relaxation.
Yeah, so one of the reasons we booked was because we were expecting it to be quiet, number one. Usually if you're over 45 years old, it's either an older family or, you know, just adults or whatever. But that wasn't the case, especially with the people at the end of the cul-de-sac. Again, we're not against families. We don't hate kids. We just, when you're told this is a 45 plus and it's quiet and serene, and they have YouTube videos, multiple YouTube videos stating that, then that's what we go with. Kind of what we expect.
Yep. We did meet a really nice young family that were down the end of our row that were in another Super C, and super nice people, and it was great to meet them. But it was a young family, and they were very, like I said, they were very nice. It was great, but that's not what it was advertised as.
It wasn't advertised as a family park. Another thing that they advertised was that there was bathhouses. Not yet.
No, there were no bathhouses.
All the hookups, Wi-Fi, laundry, bath facilities, and even on-site propane.
There was no office. There was no office facility. There was no check-in. They actually had 2 buildings brought in during the weeks that we were there. They weren't finished or anything, but they were set down. So maybe that's something that's going to be coming in the future, but it wasn't as advertised. It was supposed to be done in last October.
No. And on my touring around the campground, I did see that they had a clubhouse in the old section, and I walked in and it was nice, but it wasn't an office.
Right.
There was nobody in it, and it wasn't manned or anything like that. It was a place that you could potentially hang out,
Right.
maybe have a gathering if they did that kind of thing at the park, but it was small.
Yeah.
And then they had some outdoor laundry, which I knew about. So it was Florida, so you can do a laundry outside. It's no big deal.
And when we walked by their little clubhouse the one time, it was closed.
Yeah.
And it said it was open till 8 o'clock, and it was
we
like
walked by
6.
at 6, yeah.
So it was locked up. So, you know.
Just things, if you're going to advertise things, make them be actual truths.
Yep. Truth in advertising, isn't that a thing?
Right? Another thing that they had advertised is a dog park, and we were really excited about that. I looked and looked and looked and could not find a dog park. I rode around on my bicycle, looked for a dog park. Finally, I did see the owner, and I asked him, is there a dog park? He goes, yeah, we're going to put one in the new section, but it's not there. It's not going to be done before you guys leave. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, well, I thought there was one. And he goes, oh yeah, there is one in the old section too. But he didn't give me an idea of where it was or anything. So the next day I decided to go and really look. It was very awkward. So there was no marked path to it. I saw a fence behind a few of the RVs, and I was like, I wonder if that's the dog park. So as I was pedaling by, I kind of looked in between two RVs and I could see that there's a gate there. And I was like, well, I guess that's the dog park. It didn't say dog park. It didn't say it was for guest use, but I took the dogs there anyway. It feels like we're in somebody's backyard, but there's a dog park. And it's actually clean. They got water. Look at that.
It did
fine.
have a sign that said, please clean up after your pets or
Yeah.
something like that. So we're figuring, well, that must mean that it's for the public or
Yeah.
for at least people that stay here.
And it turned out to be just fine, but it was very awkward. I'm of the belief you don't walk in between people's art campsites.
Right.
You just don't walk through them.
Yeah.
And I literally had to walk through them to access this. So,
Yep.
oh well, it's just another layer of disappointment.
Along the lines of the quiet and peaceful stay, because they weren't done with their construction, they had the construction people show up, or maybe they were landscaping people show up, but they were literally right against the side of our rig, scraping and grinding and shaking stuff and to putting in sod and some different things. And I understand that stuff needs to be done, but we're paying full price for a place that was supposed to be ready, 3 or 4 months prior. We went to the show during the day. They were there making noise, working on the thing. So we kind of felt sorry. The dogs were there. I'm sure they were going crazy having somebody literally right outside the door of our rig, scraping and grinding and doing all sorts of stuff. So
Yeah. But then we got back, and after a full day at the show, in the afternoon, we were wanting some peace.
yeah.
Feels like a vacation every day.
Gulf Coast vibes and endless relaxation.
And it was like shovels grinding and then talking and laughing at the top of their lungs.
Yep.
It was disappointing,
Very disappointing.
to say the least.
Yep, for sure.
So this is not the park's fault, and we never felt unsafe there, but we were backed up against kind of a main road.
One of the main roads.
And the fence that they had was just one of those picket vinyl fences that was like, 4 feet maybe.
Yeah. And there was a sidewalk just on just between the road and the picket fence. So one of the days, this might have been, was it Monday? The first day we were there, I think it was, because I stayed at the RV with the dogs, and Ashley had gone to the Walmart, and Laurel started throwing a fit looking out the back window, and so
It's not unusual.
Yeah, she barks at people out there. So I went to the back, and there was a guy with his headphones on, backpack, walking down the sidewalk. Not a big deal. So I tried to quiet Laurel down, and as I was sitting in the motorhome watching, I saw him kind of looking around and looking over the fence, and he decided to jump over the fence and walk into the RV park. And I thought, well, he's just cutting the corner, because otherwise you got to walk way down and around either side. He's probably meeting up with somebody there. Didn't give it a whole lot of thought, except for I was watching, because Laurel was pretty upset about it. Well, the guy walked up. He walked right next to the motorhome on the back side of the motorhome, past our sewer hoses and around and up to where the sidewalk was. And I literally was looking out the windows, watching him walk all the way around the rig and trying to calm Laurel down that it's okay. It's just somebody walking through a campsite, which we feel is rude, but whatever. About that time, I was like, well, now where did he disappear to? Time was taking too long. So as I looked out the front door, I saw the headlight on our e-bikes get turned on. So of course I swing the front door open and said some probably choice words, yes. And the person just kind of turned and walked away, let go of the e-bikes and walked away. Unfortunately, I hadn't had the cameras pointed in the right direction yet, so we didn't get all that on camera. It would have been really fun to have had that on our Ring cameras.
Would have gone viral.
Right? I didn't feel unsafe. I think it was just he was walking by opportunistic. I didn't, looking at the person at first, I didn't feel like he was, going to do that kind of thing. So I was quite shocked. Anyway, a few choice words were said, and he wandered off, and that was the size of that.
That was that. And I did let the owner know, because we had text message back and forth. So I did let the owner know, hey, we understand this is not your fault, but you may consider either some security or maybe even a better fence between the busy road and the campsite, just so people can't see necessarily just as they pass by. And he was very appreciative and very apologetic and was like, oh man, I'm really, really sorry. And then I was walking the dog and actually came across him and met him in person. And he even told me right then and there, he's like, I'm really sorry, you shouldn't have to go through that. I said, it's not your fault. It's, things happen and you can't control other people. I just wanted to let you know so you were aware of it. Mm-hmm. And he said he felt so bad. He's like, I gave you a gift card for Amazon. And I was like, well, you didn't have to do that, but that was nice. Thank you. I haven't seen a gift card. And which is fine. We didn't need a gift card.
We didn't expect a gift card, but I don't know why he told us he was sending us a gift card and didn't. Maybe he sent it to somebody else. I
don't know.
I don't know.
But it just kind of added to the layers of, were they being truthful with us? Or, I don't know. I don't know what the intention was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying not to guess.
We were told by the other creators that were there that I guess there was a manager for the park. We hadn't seen a manager or even been introduced to a manager or had a manager talk to us. However, the night before we left, a lady walked out of an RV and walked up to us, and Willie was going crazy because he had just seen the kids down the road, so it was hard to understand what she was saying. But as she walked up to us, she said something about, "Did you get my text message?" And I was like, I don't know anything about a text message. And she goes, oh, well, the water's going to be shut off tomorrow, so I just wanted to make sure everybody that was here knew that then got my text message. And I'm like, well, no, we're leaving tomorrow. And she goes, oh, that's right, you're leaving tomorrow, so that's probably why you didn't get our text message. So make sure to text me and let me know when you're leaving. I'm guessing that she might have been the manager person, but I was never given her phone number, never introduced to her, never anything. So it was just kind of a random woman walking up to me, telling me to text her.
Yeah, it was just a little bizarre of a stay when we never heard from anybody really once we got there. It was like the weirdest check-in.
Yes.
And check out I've ever experienced.
Yeah, very disorganized, very unprofessional, unfortunately, and which, sometimes that's fine, in a family-run business to be a little bit more personable is one thing rather than professional, but it wasn't personal or professional. It was just disorganized.
Yeah, it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
And this video is not to ruin someone's business. It's not. We want them to succeed.
I think they have a lot of potential at their place in the future. Unfortunately, they weren't ready for what they were advertising, and they aren't set up, at least at that time, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they were not set up as they advertised and said they were. Maybe next October they might be ready for that, and maybe next year it might be better, but as of a week ago, not so much.
And really, the thing that we're most disappointed was lack of transparency.
Yes.
If they had been upfront and honest about everything with us, we would probably be doing a different video or not a video at all.
Right.
But because we felt that there was a lot of untruths told to us.
Yep.
It kind of left us with a bitter taste in our mouth. And we're really good about giving people the benefit of the doubt, but we really felt that it was important to share with you that just because a website or a YouTube video put out by a particular park says one thing, it ain't always true.
Right.
So, do your homework. And also for those parks, just be honest with people. That's all we ask. We're pretty forgiving.
So again, we don't want to make a negative video. We hate saying the thing, but we've always said that we want to be honest with, on our videos and tell people what the truth is in our mind and what we feel and our feelings on things. So that's kind of why we're telling you.
Yeah. And would we stay at the Lone Pine RV Park in Ruskin, Florida again?
No, unfortunately not. After the experience, they kind of burned that bridge. And even if they do, make it a whole lot better and it's a whole lot nicer down the road, To be honest, I don't know that I could trust that it really is what it is until I get there and experience it full hand, and I'm not willing to make a reservation to go there and experience it firsthand when I can't trust what they say on their website and what they advertise.
Yep. So we'll find somewhere else to stay when we go to the Florida RV Super Show, maybe next
time.
year.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yep.
So, but we appreciate you watching.
Yes. That being said, we appreciate you watching, and we would hope that you would subscribe to our channel. We'll put a QR code up here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. And then we can show you.
We can move on from that experience and show you some other
We'll show you this beautiful Peace River Park in an upcoming video, and we still got some videos coming out on the Super Seas that we saw at the Tampa show. So we really do appreciate you sticking with us and following. But leave us a comment. What are your thoughts? Would you have stayed at the RV park? Would you have been upset with it? And we know a few of you were at the park. What were your thoughts? What did you think of the park?
Were we off base?
Yeah,
or
are we exaggerating it? Leave that comment below. Let us know that you stayed there and what your thoughts were. And if we were exaggerating, or if you think that we were off base, tell us that too, so people know that it was, maybe we were
just
wrong.
us.
Yeah. So thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. And we hope to see you on the road.
Bye.